Hello everybody, it is Tuesday the 27th of December. I hope you all had a good Christmas. Now, I want to talk about seeing God correctly. And Jesus did actually bring meaning to the words. It's what I said before, we need to bring meaning, we need to bring definitions to the words that are in the scriptures. And when I said Jesus brought meaning to the words, it was in what he did that brought the meaning, not what he said. If you're listening to what he said, you're listening to a 2,000-year-old Jew. If you look at what he did, if you understand what he did, you see God. Now, the meaning that he brought to the scriptures was, do your laws not tell you, I said, ye are gods? He brought the meaning to those words in what he did. And I want to show you this here. And it is really seeing God in a different way than what we've been taught. Now, I said I've been going east, which was extremely helpful. And that is because the beginning of the thought, the foundation of the thought, is obscured in the West, in the Western traditions. You can no longer see it, whereas in the Eastern traditions, it is very much preserved. So I'm going into the Eastern traditions now, and I come back to Jesus in the end. So in the Eastern traditions, you have got Brahman, which is all, which contains everything, which is eternal and omnipresent, omnipotent. But it is still, it contains everything, but it doesn't use it, so to speak. And then comes God, which is Ishvara, which is the consciousness, which is the cause of everything to come into being. Yeah? And Ishvara in the Eastern tradition is described as being two things. It is the material cause. Yeah? And it is the material cause and the efficient cause. And they're using the picture of the potter and the clay, where Ishvara is both the clay and the potter, the agent that causes an effect on the clay, so creating the pot. So it is both. It is also said that Ishvara exists, as I said, as the material cause, as the clay, but it stretches out beyond that which is created. How far, they cannot tell. So it really exists. God exists in two different forms. But there is no duality. He is both. God is both. So then they say that Ishvara is described as the cause without a cause. It just creates. And this is where I think they're going wrong. Because if you again look at the universe, look at anything, yeah, there is a secondary cause. And that is once something is created, the secondary cause is to sustain that which is created. So you have God as the creator and then as the sustainer of the creation. And here we come to Maya, which again is called ignorance. Yeah? Oh, we don't know the Creator. We're ignorant. We are, our knowledge is restricted. but by caring for something that is created, that causes a restriction. Because everything that is created has specific needs. And you cannot willy-nilly go and give anything or do whatever you want. It is like us having a child, bringing a child into this world. Yeah? You're a free agent before that, but once you have a child, you are restricted. And you can no longer do whatever, because you need to care for the child, to sustain the child. So you need to restrict yourself in order to care. That's what causes Maya. That's what causes the ignorance, because all does no longer serve you. You need to concentrate on what it is you're doing. Now there's the other idea of God, who goes, I create, my will shall be done, and I don't care about what was created before. Yeah? I just bring things into being as I like, independent of what is already there. Now, if that were the true God, this universe would not have gone very far. Yeah? Cosmos would not have gone very far. But as it is vast, and it is still expanding. So therefore, God must care about what is already there when creating something new. Again, and then he is again in Maya. He is restricted in what he can do, because what is new must balance with everything else. Okay, what was before might have to change a little bit. What is new needs to fit in, so cannot be all. It needs to fit in with everything else. But in the end, what Jesus said, the will of the Father, all shall be saved. So God in his form is the sustainer. God in his non-form is the creator. God in his form is the sustainer. And in his form he is restricted to what he can do, because it is according to what it is he's giving to. So ignorance of everything else, of everything, is actually not a bad thing. If you want to heal something, you don't need to know rocket science. In fact, your head should not be filled with rocket science at that moment. But it should be filled with what is needed. Which again, now let's go back to Jesus and look at what he did, not what he said. And in that is the meaning of ye are gods. So when you take form, you are form. You are, let's say, Ishvara, God, in a secondary course. And you stretch out beyond. You are the creator. You stretch out beyond. And it's not like Bruce Lipton says, yeah, we can measure beyond the body. Thank God I'm not the body. No, you're both. You are both, and there's no duality. It is in your creative force outside of yourself and the material cause which restricts you to what you can do. You are not all, you're only a part. And you shouldn't be all. Be what you are. And be the image of the living God. The living God is the God that is form and beyond, as life. And then care for what was created. Because that is the sustainer. The sustainer is that which cares about what it has created. That is the secondary cause. And it is the cause that causes the restrictions, yes. So, in what he did, you can see God. Healing, feeding, even the walking on waterbed was to save his friends in the boat. Yeah, it was not some circus stunt, to show off. It had a purpose. And that purpose, again, was within the will of God to sustain life. So you can be the image of that other God that has been, that story that's been told to you. Yeah, my will shall be done. I shall rule over this thing. I shall be everything. Or you could be, I am the part that is in the image of the living God that wants to do his works. His will is to sustain, that all shall be saved. There's your choice. And then if you enter into the other state, yeah, it's, oh, we must get away from Maya, we must get away from the restriction, we must enter into all. No. You are here for a purpose. What is your purpose? That's, you must decide, what am I? And what would serve me? But as I said, what you are should be within the idea of all shall be saved, not in the idea of I shall rule over. And according to that, you will receive, outside of yourself, knowledge that will serve you. And that knowledge will not be all. No. If you're in all, you've gone too far out. Stay close to home. Stay on the task. Stay on what should be done. And don't go out too far, but stay on point. And again, there is then the complete restriction, because at that moment you should be focused on just the one thing. And yeah, that's Maya. You are just restricted to one thing now. And you are ignorant to everything else that is, to the chaos of all knowledge that is around you. That absolutely does not serve you at that moment. That is what we need to work on. The understanding in ourselves, that it works in ourselves, where we make three pillars. First is scripture, and scripture was what was done, not what was said. Second is reason. Reason must look at what was done and understand what the meaning of it was, what the intention was. And then experience, where it becomes ourselves. And Jesus, it was all three. It was the knowledge, it was the reason, it was the experience. And then he branched out beyond that, which, there's a kingdom somewhere that we need to build. The knowledge was not given to build a kingdom. The knowledge was given to do exactly what it was given to do, and not beyond that. And then you are the image of the living God, and that is what we must become. We see God correctly, what he actually is. And he's not a cause without a cause. Yeah? He is not all. And we are the image of that. In a way, that 2,000 years ago was already the thought of, what is contained in all is contained in the smallest part. Yeah? Again, Vedanta is still on the point of, that's God, but that is not you. No. If it's in all, it is in the smallest part. So you are in the image of that. You are that. That is what we must believe on, and that is what we must become, and that will be our evolution. And it will be good. Anyway, I leave it at that for today, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.